What do you make of last night in Fenway Park?
You sound a little down. You sound a little.
Well,
get
no,
your
I mean,
dauber up.
no, I know it's early, but it seems that things are nothing's going right for Aaron Boone in the early going. So I'm wondering what to take. And meanwhile, on the flip side, Alex Cora is 9-1. So is Mickey Callaway. Two rookie managers are 9-1 right now. So what do you take out of it?
You know, I mean, you alluded to the statistic there with the blowout, the 9 runs in the 1 inning in the 6th. I think, listen, do I think that this lineup is going to score the Yankee lineup? Yes. Are they going to hit a lot of home runs? Yes. I think there's so much offense to go around. Did we think that there was going to be a lot of strikeouts? Yes. I think when I look at the roster, and I'm just thinking out loud as you turned through it to me, I always think about when a couple things. When you have high expectations for a team that hasn't been there per se, and I'm saying, dare I say, the New York Yankees, and I know they've got all of the world championships, but I really believe this, Rich, the teams that I was on that had, we went to the World Series and won a world championship, and I was lucky enough to be on a couple of them. You know, there was always a couple guys when you struggled or things just didn't feel right and the rudder was kind of flapping in the back of the boat, you kind of looked to the guy, whether it was a Winfield or whether it was a Paul Molitor or whether it was the late Darren Dalton who was traded over at the deadline. We had a lot of great players, and I look at the Yankees now, and as good as they're going to be, and I believe in them, I really do. You look at the team, and it's either a young team or guys that haven't been there, done that. And I think if you look at the Astros, my point is this, Rich, there's always great young talented players. You go through a couple rough patches, usually 2 or 3, even playoff teams. You don't want an elongated losing streak. And you kind of turn to the guy who either is starting or he's on the back end of his career, and he kind of takes the guys to dinner, and you hang and you talk about, the experiences and how you get through this. I'm looking at the roster now, and yes, of course, you have CC Sabathia, who's down with an injury. There's some really nice players, but there really isn't the guy. Carlos Beltran a couple years ago, Matt Holliday last year. I know Gardner's been around a long time and have been part of the organization, but a lot is being thrown on still young, and I will say inexperienced. Now, Giancarlo Stanton's been around, and he is an established MVP-type player. But, where do you go? Didi Gregorius, love him. Starting out has been super. But, Tyler Austin at first, Miguel Andujar. You got Robinson, who they bring up now in the outfield. And, of course, Judge, as great as he is, he's a young player. Gary Sanchez, I know we keep talking about Stanton, but Sanchez, has not hit. He's been really bad. I mean, I think he's under 100. So when that happens, you need a little calmness. You need a little sense of, who do we turn to kind of thing. And they're going to be fine. And I'm not painting a picture that, they're going to be, this is going to continue. But, again, you come out of spring training, there's this anticipation that your team was a win away from going to the World Series. Nobody expected that last year. And now with the addition of Stanton, this team is destined to go to the postseason and World Series.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.